Oh, where are OnlyFans millionaires today? Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. I've never actually asked that question. Yeah, like what happens to them? Do they just retire? Do they just like get pregante and like move on? Like what's going on? I don't know, I'm interested. I'm very interested. Do they just like retire gracefully or do they never shut up? What is that thumbnail? What? It's a pregnant woman. What, you never seen one before? Holy pregnant? No, she's very pregnant. Goodness. Are these twins or something? A woman never. Okay, true. True. Sorry. I'm very ignorant. Okay, let's do it. Where are OF millionaires today? Question mark? I can't get over this thumbnail. Is this real? Like, man, good for her. You know what? Good for her.
At 12:01 a.m. on her 18th birthday, she posts her OnlyFans link, and within hours, she's made $1 million. OnlyFans is an innovation we've never seen before in the sex trade.
And she's just showing whole. That's it. What?
Movement meant to empower women's rights and twisting it to enrich the few at the top, all at the expense of society as a whole, which we'd later talk to Chris Williamson about.
OnlyFans almost certainly takes advantage of the loneliness that we're seeing in young men at the moment.
Oh yeah,
but
a lot of things do, even VTubing.
It's just an outgrowth. It's just another wing on the side of the sort of pornification, identification world.
Sure.
And now they're turning the most sick thing possible into a marketing strategy.
You already know what the f going on. We just broke the link record with the youngest link of the century. $1 million in a couple hours. I'm still the youngest one doing it for.
This is Lil.
We gotta nuke the internet. We gotta nuke the internet. This has gotta stop.
Lil Tay, real name Claire Aline Keyhope, and this is the result of a plan set in motion when she was just 11.
P-Star in training. I can't really say the word much. I might get the video flagged, but like, what the hell?
Years old.
Viral child star.
What?
This is the result of a plan set in motion when she was just 11 years old.
See, I think. Like, this is gonna sound really crass and harsh, but if you're the parent of someone like that and they have, like, actual proof of you grooming your kid into doing this content from such a young age, you need to be put in jail. Like, you need to have your kids taken away, all the kids. And you just gotta put them in jail. Sorry, you're a 2%er. You gotta make big rocks into small rocks.
Viral child star Lil Tay just turned 18, and within
you're farming your kid like cattle.
OnlyFans account claiming to have broken records.
So is this something that you had been planning on, like waiting
so
until you turned 18 to be able to do it?
Yeah, like it's an idea. I've actually been like planning this since like 2018. So.
Born 2007,
you just admit that too.
Lil Tay was
crazy.
planning on doing OnlyFans well before she should have even been allowed on social media.
True! At 11! Like, I think, like, the basic bare minimum, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Like, Twitter you can only use if you're, like, 13 or over. She was thinking about doing it when she was 11. They need to investigate the parents. Yeah. I'm not always like I'm not like a person who's like, oh, you need to be the government needs to be nannying like people, but like I don't know, man. There's got to be like a line. There's got to be something.
Who have pre-ordered
Something's got to give.
Or whenever you did.
OnlyFans had only existed for a couple of years back then, but has now grown to be valued at over $8 billion US. See, the platform has amassed over 4 million creators, but the average creator makes just $180 US per month.
It's the same for streamers too, and any career that's based off of influencing.
while the top 10% take over 70% of the earnings and the top 1% take over 30%.
Wow.
With Lil Tay placing in the top 0.0001% of creators earning over $3 million after just 3 hours.
Already,
That's
like I'm
disgusting.
literally number 1 on OF. I'm the youngest, and I'm on top, as always.
But the truth of why she's doing this is far more twisted. Because while the insane amounts of money Lil Tay is earning would be a good explanation, Lil Tay's past not only calls her free will into question, but also who that money even goes to in the first place.
Her parents,
2018,
probably.
a 9-year-old girl appears on Instagram calling herself the youngest flexer of the century. She speaks.
Why are you? Oh my god, this is like actually sick. Why are you putting your child on Instagram? What?
Speaks in a contrived hood accent, and her Instagram is all wads of cash and luxury cars. She gains 1.2 million followers in 2 weeks.
Who watches this?
My costs more to your rent. I'm only 9 years old. This Lil Tay, and I'm richer than all y'all broke jigglypuff looking at. I mama, cause she has thought.
Wait, who's Lil Tay?
Bro, send her to like the Balkans for 3 hours. Like just take her on a plane and they'll sort her out when she's like that young. Yeah. Yeah, a Balkan grandma's gonna sort you out in like fucking like a couple hours flat. You're gonna be like out there like she's gonna run around, smack you with a fucking stick. And this wouldn't even be a problem. Like, this could have been tackled early on, but parents don't want to parent, I guess. Yeah, they don't want to even get their grandparents involved.
Lil Tay is a 9-year-old girl who is famous now on the internet for talking shit and showing all the money she has and all the things she buys.
What do you mean, the money she has? Who the fuck is she, man? What are we talking about? I'm so confused. I'm still confused as to why she's even like got money. Like her parents have money? Why are people saying out loud that it's like her money? She's a child. What the fuck do you mean her money?
If you don't know about Lil Tay?
No.
This is the death of society.
At first we laughed, it's just absurd, a kid flexing Lamborghinis and dissing people in a fake accent, but the laughter didn't last. A 9-year-old doesn't invent these lines or build this
Yeah, it's the
character
parents,
or monetize
100%.
themselves. Then
Kids mold themselves to whatever adults around them do. Kids literally cannot like form their own opinions, their own like habits, their own. That's why like if a kid is fat, it's really not their fucking fault. Like, yeah, obviously you can argue and say, oh well, the parents tell him no, and then he's like, no, I still want to eat fatty food. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you're a fucking parent. Do what you're fucking supposed to. Keep your kid healthy and like parent them.
a leaked video
It's the same thing with this. They're living their costs. They're not fucking smacking her ass.
Not encouraging, but coaching.
Not washing out her mouth with soap.
on YouTube right now.
Redo.
Redo? Did you guys hear that?
Hop in on YouTube right now.
Redo.
That's freaky, man. Does that not damage your psyche as a child?
You're gonna be like more ignorant.
Ryan Tower reviews. Yeah, it's like when they had those stupid toy reviews back in COVID in 2020 and 2019, maybe even a little bit after. Yeah, where they're like telling their kids like, yeah, do the shot again. You're not smiling enough. Look at her dead eye. She's like, I'm tired, boss.
You have to be like, ooh, Lil Tay out here.
Jason was obsessed with going viral in the late 2010s. He figured shock was the fastest way to fame, and it would hit harder coming from a kid rather than him. So he chose his younger sister, which would set—
Dude. That makes me so sad, considering I have an older brother. Like, you sold out your sister. Like, straight up, you ruined her life. I don't give a fuck if they're, like, rich. She's never gonna be actually truly happy. She has mental problems now because of you. You probably have mental problems too, to be fair, but yeah.
Even her own parents were cashing in. pushing her to do whatever made the most money as fast as possible.
And what about those homes she claims to own? GMA talked to Mom Angie's former boss at a Vancouver real estate firm who told us Lil Tay filmed using his car and some of his properties for sale, all without his approval.
What? I didn't shoot in anyone else's house.
You didn't shoot in anyone else's house.
She then walks this back to...
No one has proof that I did.
Her mother, a real estate agent, was far more involved than appeared at first, and was actually fired after she let Lil Tay use people's homes and cars to film.
Oh my god!
Gang was Angela Chan's boss.
And nobody did anything? Dude, like actual... The family is full of like fucking 1%ers.
His red Mercedes SL500.
Oh my lord, just set up for fucking like
one of
just
the profanity
the worst ever.
But I didn't realize she was filming for Instagram. If I had known, this would have been happened.
And they thought they could get away with it too.
This exploitation of a child was only headed in one direction.
Just stop recording my videos. I have a dream. I'm trying to make my mom proud.
And even before OnlyFans,
oh my god, the guilting. The guilting, that's the parents. They're telling her to say that.
These images will live on and follow you for the rest of your life.
I don't care.
Is a 9-year-old really capable of making this kind of decision?
This is some question you ask a
dude, is that A Tozy? Is that my boy?
Girl on her way into porn.
Oh my god!
Not a 9-year-old with a foul
young
mouth.
A Tozy!
But then one day, Lil Tay just disappears. Now you might be thinking,
that's
good,
so base.
She should never have been pushed into this anyway. Yet her disappearance would
It's
last
our
for
boy.
5 years. And then in 2023, her family revealed that she and her brother were dead. So what could have been more disturbing
Gasp.
than her exploitation and early death? Well, maybe the fact that it was all fake. Yes, Lil Tay emerged from the grave to reveal that she was in fact alive and that her disappearance was due to her parents' custody battle. She claims her father was coercive, abusive, and forced Lil Tay back to Canada before falsely announcing her death. And if you thought that was the peak
wait,
of
that's
it,
freaked
it
up.
wasn't.
That's
Only
true.
15 years old, she released her first
I
song,
can believe that,
Sucker for
considering their
Green,
family
a song
history.
about sex and money. Beyond the feeble songwriting and dancing, this whole thing was just so disturbing, seeing the sinister direction Lil Tay's life was going. It wasn't long before she admitted her childhood was ruined. It also wasn't long before it was over.
That's so sad. Like, again, I can't help but think, like, even though she's an adult now, it's like she could have been a relatively decent person. Like, there's plenty of people who go through, like, bullshit like this, and they don't grow into, like, these insufferable fucking adults. Like, I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, we can say, like, oh, it's the money, it's like this and that. It's like, yeah, but if she had a normal family, maybe her parents lost custody and, like, she grew up with a grandma, like, her grandma that raised her and treated her right and, like, told her it's okay. Maybe she went to therapy. Like, she could have been a decent person.
Leading up to her 18th
So
birthday,
bad.
Lil Tay posts about men
It's
asking
sick,
for her OnlyFans account the moment she's legal.
So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th.
Oh
and
my god.
Every male has been counting down to it and literally telling me
this has been around since, like, forever, by the way. Like, when the internet was, like, you know, first conceptualized, this was already a thing. Yeah, I remember this actually, like, I think the Olsen twins turning 18. I remember seeing tabloids, because I would go into, what is it called, like a 7-Eleven or something to get myself a drink. And I would see those tabloids talking about, like, oh, countdown to Olsen twins turning 18. When was this? Olsen twins turning 18. What year? 2004. What the fuck, man? And there's people, like, we've talked about this before, and, like, people do this because they're sick. Yeah.
drop the link the second
she's
I turn 18.
legal. Yeah. Now I can goon her.
Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
What?
Then at 12:01 on July 29th, Lil Tay releases her OnlyFans. Everything is designed to publicize the fact that she's barely legal and it somehow works. But you might have picked up on
That's the fault of the porn industry too. It really plays into it. There's so many, like, porn actresses that do hardcore content, and they always label themselves as barely 18 or, like, barely legal. That shit. Yeah, there's, like, a fetish for it.
thing. She released the first batch of content at 12:01 on her 18th birthday. So unless she shot, edited, and uploaded this all
Wait a minute! You sick fuck. She was 17 years old one day and 1 week away from being 18. Oh my god, man, that's fucked.
It was then created while she was still a child.
Yeah, that's fucked up. 364, yeah, whatever. I'm being stupid. I can remember.
If you've been using AI lately, you've probably run into this problem where every model.
It's still illegal. I think you could probably hold it up in court.
And it isn't the first time underage content has found its way onto OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
There's been a whole slew of this stuff on OnlyFans.
And nothing ever happens to them.
But this is where Lil Tay's story gets even weirder, as she goes on to claim that OnlyFans is a way of life, an alternative to college.
I mean, at least with OF, you don't go into debt. I'm not agreeing with it, but like, she does have a point. Like, you're not going into debt trying to get a degree.
In many respects, OnlyFans didn't actually plan for this to even happen.
Spiritual
it just
debt.
built the
That's
cleanest
deep, chat.
payment
That's
system
deep.
we've ever had for it. It takes the world's oldest trade and plugs it straight into the modern attention economy, where everyone competes, everything escalates, and whatever gets the strongest reaction gets rewarded.
Yeah, that's why Bonnie Blue's like this, bro. Is outdoing one another. It's so oversaturated.
And for the young men fueling demand, it's the feeling of being wanted by purchasing a micro relationship.
I've never understood that. Cause like, I understand when a guy gets nudes, like say you're like getting nudes from your e-kitten girlfriend, whatever the fuck, from your favorite video game, right? That's like special. It's like your little treasure, right? But it's OF. Like, you know she's sending this, or like 100 other guys are purchasing it. I just never got the mentality. Parasocial. No, but I understand that, but like, do you just forget? Do you just turn off your thinking? Like, oh, it's not actually just me. It's a bunch of other guys. Oh, no, wait, no, it's not.
A feeling that someone is responding to you. So we spoke to Chris Williamson, the host of the Modern Wisdom podcast, known for talking to psychologists, researchers, and cultural critics about what's happening to dating, loneliness, and meaning in modern life. So we asked him if OnlyFans is linked to the loneliness epidemic.
OnlyFans almost certainly takes advantage of the loneliness.
OnlyFans popped the frick off in 2020. Yeah.
That we're seeing in young men at the moment, but it also is just an outgrowth. It's just another wing on the side of the sort of pornification, identification world. Maybe it does help men to feel less lonely, or maybe it causes them to steep in their own neurosis and ruminating thoughts and spend all of their time in the house. I don't know. It could be either of those two things. And ultimately, we need to work out.
It's the, oh my god, the girl who is not a porn star, but just not a person? I don't understand.
What's the net impact of this? Is this going to make them all sexually dysfunctional?
Visual? I guess so.
OCD or performative autism or ADHD or whatever? Is it going to make them totally incapable of social interaction? Or is it going to have a negligible effect? We don't know. Like, this is what happens when you release new technology. And I don't know, I am pretty concerned, you know? I am quite concerned about what the future of young kids growing up with. I mean, it shows you everything that you need to know that Steve Jobs' kids didn't have iPads.
Yeah.
The people that create the
yeah, because they know what the product does. It makes sense.
These technologies don't permit their children to use them.
Yeah, it's like the McDonald's CEO is not eating McDonald's.
Many users of these technologies do. I can't make the prediction, and this is why it's scary. The uncertainty is what's scary. If we knew the impact that this had, we'd be able to start adjusting stuff. We'd be able to control usage time, or we'd be able to, it would come with a health warning.
And then he points us to a common moral defense people use to justify the entire industry.
You know, it's kind of like the drug dealer argument. If they don't get it from me, they're going to get it from someone else.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
You know, if one OnlyFans creator doesn't create her OnlyFans, it's not like...
They all look the same, and that's why, like, when you do these stunts, these nasty, like, social stunts, that's what stands out to people.
A million others. And if it's not that, it's admireme.vip, and if it's not that, it's, you know, there are the way that these competitions work is that if there's a gap in the market, someone's going to fill it.
Yeah.
So
let's have VTubers too. Kardashian.
Would guess.
I think anything that's oversaturated and it's about entertainment, it's the same with comedians, really. Yeah, a lot, like actors, comedians, like you have to be exceptional, and either you outdo each other or you do public stunts to like basically get people's attention because it's so oversaturated. It's not like we have the newspapers anymore and you're reading something. It's like, oh, this guy's really cool, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this comedian is performing here. It's like you're getting blasted with information all the time. It's really easy to access a bunch of videos, a bunch of content, a bunch of streams. It's just easy. Yeah.
Again, if I was, I'll just put a little bet on, can't say it with certainty, but I would guess that OnlyFans discourages men from finding intimacy in the real world. That would be unsurprising to me if there was a study done and OnlyFans subscribers report higher levels of real-world loneliness. Would be very unsurprising. But how comforted are they by this, again, artificial intimacy? Virtual intimacy, I guess. It's not necessarily artificial.
It's clear that OnlyFans is just a symptom of a much wider problem between men and women in 2026, where these systems hijack the void in the psyche of millions. So what are we actually seeing here? How has a life come from being a millionaire from OnlyFans? And most importantly, where does this lead over time? Especially now that she's over 18, people just shrug and say, well, she's legal now. Is the internet so desensitized to this pipeline that preparing children for work doesn't even register anymore? From then, her earnings had risen from 1 million...
I mean, there's no job market, so, yeah, I don't know. Is it really their fault?
...to $15 million.
To be fair.
And she still claims to be the #1 on the platform. Yet it seems like her personal life is hell. But this is hardly the worst story compared to all the other OnlyFans millionaires out there. You see, what happens when the most humiliating thing done to you becomes the thing you have to sell to survive? Black Chyna found out after Rob Kardashian posted revenge content, creating an expensive legal fight that led her to OnlyFans to pay for this. Born Angela White, her mother, Tony Tokyo, was abusive, unhinged, and takes all credit for her daughter's successes, literally taking any opportunity to demean her own daughter publicly.
Yeah, and again, why is it the parents again that fucking do this?
Spoiled, always been, and lied. Period.
Angela White was forced to sell herself to survive and to support her parents from a young age. She worked as a stripper from the age of 18 while at university to support herself and both her parents financially.
I continued to dance, you know, to like support myself, my mom, and my family and whatnot.
Here she met a man called Black Chyna. That's crazy. She liked the name and took it for her own alter ego, a character she built around herself, one she could sell to survive while preserving Angela White.
Black Chyna is the brand.
Is that where the persona of Black Chyna was created?
Wow. She's like a little bit dissociating.
She danced at the King of Diamonds, a celebrity strip club circuit where one of those celebrities took a shine to her. Drake's turned her into a category. Then the industry started hiring her. But she wasn't talent, she was just purely sex appeal, and soon another artist would discover her. Black Chyna spoke publicly in an interview about how rapper Tyga came out to Miami to the strip club she worked at specifically to meet her.
Yeah, so Drake put me in a song, it's called Miss Me, which then Tyga discovered me. Well, not discovered me, but he came like, you know, to come and meet me and meet Chyna.
But this didn't lead to more work.
So then from there...
Well, she's really in a vulnerable position, and she's not like a rich rapper or something, so I can see how this power dynamic is going to go the classic route of like, oh, well, you know, I'm like this rich guy, and like I have so many powerful connections. I can make you famous, baby.
So then after that, I got pregnant, and then I moved to LA.
This would put her on the road to OnlyFans, and it was then that she started to enhance her body. Cosmetic surgeries that reflected modern society's appetite for excess, including 4 breast enlargement surgeries, lip fillers, Botox, and silicone injections in her bum. Tyga then quickly moved on to the next woman.
And then he started talking to Kylie at the time, which is like, I think she was like 16 or something. What? And he was like engaged and stuff. So that's kind of like what ended it.
No.
Bro, imagine your mental losing to a 16-year-old. No, like you're a fully grown man and then your wife starts talking to a 16-year-old dude. What the fuck? Like my mental would be shattered. Like no matter what.
She's a single mother
sick.
with the
That
father
is
embedded in a
fucking
powerful
sick.
family that considers her a threat.
Everyone knows the history that Black Chyna and the Kardashian sisters do not get along.
But
Oh,
one
yeah, no
didn't.
shit.
You see, Rob took a liking to Black Chyna and began messaging her.
Robert, he was hitting me up on Instagram like all the time.
It wouldn't take long before she was sucked into the Kardashian orbit again. Their relationship didn't last very long.
Oh,
She
no.
alleges that he beat her and his sister got their show cancelled. They then split up, and Rob publishes revenge content of her online. So now she was fighting multiple legal cases.
Oh, we got ads in 30 seconds. I do apologize. Let's continue. Let's continue the video. Where are OnlyFans millionaires today?
A court showdown between Black Chyna and the members of the Kardashian family is taking place years after the reality star filed a lawsuit against Kris Jenner and her daughters.
And here's the craziest part. When Rob leaked the photos, fighting back required money that she just didn't have.
Wait, that's like a slap lawsuit. For those that don't know or live in America, you can, in some states, and in some states I think it's not allowed, but basically you can sue someone even though like legally you don't really have grounds to do so legally. For example, him leaking her nudes and stuff for revenge. But because she doesn't have like the resources or the power to fight back, it's just gonna drain her of money, and that's the whole point of the lawsuit. It's very, very, very bad.
She had to start an OnlyFans. The very thing used to degrade her became the thing she had to sell.
That's sad,
Something
man.
that I didn't want to do at first.
That's a bummer.
But at the time, I had so many lawsuits and so many things that I was dealing with. I'm like,
And then the people that are saying like, oh yeah, well she could just get a job, and I'm like, but you have to realize they have like millions of dollars. Like, what job is some chick that worked at a strip club for like her life going to get that's gonna make her fight back? Like, I think she's well within her right. Like, I think what they did was fucked up.
I gotta figure out how can I like continue
Like, what
to
do you
have like, my
do?
house, take care of my kids, do everything I need to do. So that's why I started the OnlyFans.
And almost to her detriment,
Yeah,
it
she's
was
got
a
kids to
huge
take care of,
success.
too, which
She went
sucks.
stratospheric and became one of the platform's top content creators, as headlines emerged about her earning $20 million a month. But it was just another degrading chapter in her book of her own exploitation.
It's a dead end. All that stuff is a dead end. Yeah, the money's great, but do I really want to like live my life like this?
Damn. See, she's got some introspection. I can respect that.
The answer is no.
Unlike Lil Tay, Black
Introspection?
Chyna doesn't want other women to get stuck into a lifestyle that she was trapped in.
I had to take a step back and think about like, okay, for example, if I'm doing OnlyFans,
She knows what's
and
up.
people are seeing that I'm making so much money, that's going to influence them to want to go and do OnlyFans.
She couldn't do it anymore. She then became a born-again Christian and was baptized. And without warning, she deactivated her OnlyFans.
December, I quit OnlyFans. Like I started feeling a conviction.
It's like one of those things I did what I needed to do at that moment because of the circumstances that I was in. And then it's like you do it and it's just like, you gotta
I don't
get
know. I
out of
hope
it.
it's not like for
degrading.
show.
But she spent years and thousands of dollars creating Black Chyna. That had to go too. But undoing so much cosmetic surgery isn't as easy as deleting an app.
With
Oh, it's
surgery,
not?
I took out the fillers, my lip fillers, cheek fillers.
Wait, she's serious though.
Chin fillers, this filler. Got my breasts reduced. One of the best decisions I could have done in a very
She
long
kind of looks relatively normal. I know you can't like completely like go back to how you used to look, but she does look better in my opinion.
time.
She does.
Also, I got the reduction in my butt.
But what about the guys
Reduction in
spending
my
the money
butt.
and influencing these
Well,
women
no more
to
white
get to this
duck
point
ass,
in
Chad.
the
No more
first
white
place?
duck ass.
People that are outliers in one area are outliers in other areas. If you're non-typical with your drive, or your desire to prove yourself to the world, or your need for validation, or your capitalism, or your ruthlessness, or your work ethic,
I didn't think you could get injections removed.
you might be...
I think it's like you either stop injecting lip filler or they like literally just take it out. Because it's like a plastic thing in your face. I don't know, I'm not a cosmetic surgeon. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I could be wrong.
non-typical when it comes to your sex as well. When you
Both
can
times
afford
you'd stop
anything, what
taking
is
it and your
left for you
entire
to
face
want
gets
is
fricked
something
up.
that you can't get. And what is it that you can't get? Well, you have to start pushing illegality.
Knowing that only makes our next story so much worse.
Hi, my name's Annie. I'm 25. I do social
Australian!
media full-time, influencing on TikTok and Instagram. I also do a little bit of OnlyFans.
Annie Knight is one of Australia's top OnlyFans models, and she
Ooh.
makes up to $600,000 per
She
month.
kind of looks like Sydney Sweeney a little bit.
month. This is an insane sum of money, and probably more and less work than the career she originally wanted for herself. She discovered OnlyFans during lockdown.
I started posting TikToks, and then I realized
she does look like Sydney Sweeney. I can understand the appeal. Yeah.
fun it was, and I was getting views.
A little,
and I
yeah,
thought,
I think she does.
cool.
She just looks
And
like
then
her.
I started seeing TikToks of other women who have an OnlyFans page, and it's something that one of my friends had said to me to do.
A brain
You should
surgeon?
create an OnlyFans.
Brain surgeons make a lot of money, but it's also a really, 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 really stressful fucking job.
Page, like, you would make millions, you'd do so well, and I was like, what are you even talking about? What's OnlyFans?
But because she
Oh my
wasn't famous
God.
yet, she didn't enter through the front door like Lil Tay and Black Chyna. She entered through the messy reality creators never talk about: leaks.
I was very scared about my nudes getting leaked, and
Oh,
it did actually
no.
happen. I started getting circulated within my social circles and stuff, which was pretty stressful, and it actually made me stop doing it for a while there.
And once that happens, OnlyFans'
yuck.
promise of control falls apart pretty quickly.
Ugh.
Now it's not just a website, it's in people's WhatsApp group chats, it's being shown on a phone, handed around at a party, it's everywhere.
I was so ashamed. I like really went into my shell during that period, and I had a lot of social anxiety. Every time I would go to a party or I would go out somewhere, I would see people whispering and pointing, and like people I
Aw,
knew as
that
well.
sucks.
So it was really stressful, and yeah, it caused me a lot of anxiety.
But it wasn't just emotional consequences, she also lost her career.
I had just started a new job. I was on day 5, and I actually went home sick that day, and I received an email saying termination of contract. And I was shocked. I didn't know what was going on. And I read the email and quickly saw screenshots of my OnlyFans on the email and a list of 3 reasons why I was fired, basically.
This is the
That
treadmill you get
sucks.
trapped on. Once you're exposed, the pressure doesn't disappear.
Yeah,
it
then you're just gonna
multiplies.
double down
it
and
doesn't
go
just
on it
affect
anyway.
Her, it hits everyone around her. Her husband was then harassed in public. His old post then gets swarmed, and it escalated.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. What was that one? How warms the porridge cock? Man.
Then gets swarmed,
That's brutal,
and it
man.
escalated from
You probably
comments
dumped
online
her.
to real-world threats.
My fiance and I, our lives have been threatened, and we've had something scary happen recently where I think had we not had a really high-tech security system in our house, you know, things could have gone very bad, and that's scary, and that's the part of it that I think I do regret, and I think...
Can I just say, like, calling someone names on the internet is one thing, but, like, why do you fucking care if some chick's doing OF? Like, why would you go and, like, try and kill her? Like, what? How does that affect you? Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, and you want to know the worst part? In Australia, they probably didn't even do anything. Because they have a very, very lax, like, legal system. It's super cringe.
It's pretty easy to say
And it's been like
if
that for,
I'd
like,
never worked with
years.
Bonnie, that wouldn't have happened.
New Zealand's like
Knight
this,
is even
that
personally
too.
threatened
Pretty
too.
cringe.
But there's one story that changes the tone of everything. Knight revealed that during a collaboration with a male creator, she was odd. The attack only ended as she secretly installed a guard in the next room who heard her screaming for help. He later researched the man and found out he was a convicted felon with a long rap sheet of disgusting offenses.
I feel like that's kind of like on you. You need to background check people. What the fuck do you mean? What? No, if you're doing anything to my body, like, I don't know, I've done this before, like, with dentists and stuff, like, I don't know, I've looked them up. I don't think that's a bad thing to do, but this is, like, even worse because it's, like, intimacy. Yeah.
We get down to filming, and straight away he is doing the things that I've told him I don't want to do. Now, I've been in this position, a similar position before at this point, where I was like, okay, enough is enough, and eventually I just pushed him off me and I left. This time was different because I asked him multiple times for him to stop, and he didn't. So I was trying to, like, get him off me, and the more I was, like, pushing him, the more he kept, like, pushing me down.
Yeah,
This is the bit people ignore when they go on about empowerment.
You can't fucking push another guy off of you as a woman. It's impossible. Unless he's like literally like, I don't know, like 120 pounds. It's just like, it's severely overweight for a grown man. Yeah, it's impossible.
Autonomy doesn't
You need
cancel
like a
out
knife or
risks.
like
They
a
just show
weapon
up
or
in different
something.
places. And what's grim is that the stories that travel furthest aren't the warning, but the spectacle.
I just got railed by 583 guys in 6 hours.
You've probably heard of these stunts, but what you don't see is what it does to someone's body after the cameras turn off.
Man.
Knight was actually hospitalized and admitted not knowing that could happen. You're probably wondering,
Do you not know that it's your entire job to do this and you just don't know? I'm sorry. What? That's like saying I don't know how to stream or set up OBS. Like, I know how to do it. I've been doing it for a while. It's not my first fucking rodeo. Like, slammed by 600 guys? That's what we call a... I was gonna say slam pig, but that's usually a derogatory term for fat women.
how anyone could put themselves
Yeah.
through that. Knight's been clear she doesn't plan to do this forever, just enough to lock in her financial future.
It was about, $600,000, and now it's been pretty consistently been $450,000 a month.
Even at her
month! What?
lowest, she makes an insane amount. But she still admits this is not what happens with most OnlyFans girls.
What I see a lot.
She did it twice now. First time it was a stunt. The second time is also likely a stunt. I don't know. I'm just watching a video. You can fact check me. I'm not sure.
These days is these girls thinking that they're going to create an account and become millionaires overnight, and that is not it. They try and go back to a job and they can't because
and then
they've
you're
got
stuck.
enough coverage or enough media coverage or whatever that that no one will take them back. So that's something I see a lot. That's really sad.
These stunts don't go viral in a vacuum. They go viral because there's a paying audience for them. And what's devastating is that paying for OnlyFans doesn't even come with the kind of status the men usually chase.
You know, there's no status associated with a guy subscribing to a girl's OnlyFans because anybody with the price of a cheeseburger per month can do that.
And what's so...
Not a lot of men want to deal with used goods. That's just like a sentiment of human nature. I know there's probably gonna be people like, no, Alana, I would totally be fine with it. Okay, that's your prerogative. You're a fucking adult, right? But at the end of the day, I would say a vast majority do not. Yeah. I would even go as far as like, oh yeah, well, you're a woman. You would date someone that does OF and they make millions of dollars. I'm like, no, not really. You're mine. I don't want anyone else looking at you. I don't give a fuck if you're a fucking model. I even understand when there's some instances of actors doing like, you know, faux sex scenes in movies and like doing kissing scenes. I feel like that would like ruin my psyche. I'd be like, oh well, man, like I don't know. It would make me feel a little bit uncomfortable. It depends. Yeah, it just depends.
Bizarre about
like,
this is that paying for OnlyFans clearly doesn't even come with the kind of status that men usually chase.
The reason that guys like to show off the girls that they're with is that they've been selected in some form, right? The status
and they've been claimed. Like, that's the biggest thing. I think there's like a big, is it the word proponent? No, whatever. There's a big factor to like a man staking a claim in a woman and being like the first, or at least like being the one that's consistently with them. And I think a lot of men that can't like, I just think that like men function differently from women in that regard, but also women are the ones that are selecting the mates, so like they have to be picky just naturally because they're the ones that get pregnant.
Associated with that woman selecting that man. Presumably there were many men, or at least not just one.
Yeah.
And from all of the men, he was chosen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the change.
Yeah.
Instead of status through being chosen, OnlyFans offers access through payment. And that access can start to function like a substitute for real dating and real intimacy, especially when people feel more lonely, isolated, and more rejected than ever. And it's all part of a broader trend that we're seeing with artificial intimacy.
But the same isn't true of artificial intimacy, because there's an unlimited number of AI girlfriends. That being said, male loneliness is a huge problem. It's one that I care about an awful lot. And if this is able to mitigate that, then I don't necessarily have strong opinions about it, unless it encourages men to not step out into the real world. I think that's the concern that everybody has.
And then there's the darkest version. Not the platform rewarding you for going further, but someone who allegedly forces you to. For most of you, Jack Doherty is a YouTuber, but for the women that know him, he's the one
he's the pimp. Do you think Asmugal will eventually find better than dating OF girls? I'm not parasocial enough to fucking care what the guy fucking sticks his dick in, man. Genuinely. It's his own prerogative. He's a fucking adult. If the girls are adults, like, that's on him. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna psychoanalyze some guy I've never fucking met that I've just watched for entertainment purposes. I don't know. Yeah.
brought them into OnlyFans.
I'm not a bottle girl. You do OnlyFans. She works for my boyfriend. You do OnlyFans. You made me do OnlyFans. You did before I made
You made me do only. See, this is what I mean. Also, women are easily fucking coerced. It's fucked. It really is. Women, on average, this is not for all women. I know there's like women out there who are very staunch and stubborn. Like, I do think like, I don't know. It's just fucking, it's insane how like easily coerced girls can be at if you push them in the right way. Men are much more stubborn. Much more stubborn.
McKinley Richardson.
You made me sell coochie? No, I mean, it's under the premise of like, oh, you want this bag? I can't afford this bag. If you put yourself online, then blah, 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 blah. Like, we could afford it. And you could give me a Lambo.
And thought that she was different. She was actually dating the guy and was clear she didn't want to do OnlyFans.
I realized that the way they did make their money was through OnlyFans. And that was something that I knew.
Oh, we've watched this. We've watched this.
But allegedly, within 6 months, he'd pushed her into it, controlling her account and the money.
Did an event in Houston and I had a lady say that to me. She's like, I thought OnlyFans eliminated the trafficker, but I'm now understanding that agencies are the traffickers.
Richardson described
easily coerced, easily manipulated, easily a lot of things with the correct emotional buttons or press. Because women are more emotional, just like on a biological basis. Women are the caretakers. They're the ones that are biologically built different. Our emotional roller coasters are in a cycle of 30 days, whereas men, it's like generally their testosterone goes up and down depending on the day of the, depending on their body and the time of the day. That's why you're more motivated in the morning as a man, whereas a woman, it's like a cycle of like, oh, is she ovulating? Then she's probably like, you know, a little bit more peppy. If she's on her period, she's gonna be like done in the dumps. Like it's that kind of shit. But then with women, how we're programmed, it's not a bad thing to be fucking emotional. It's that it's so easy as a woman to feel empathy. I heard from a woman actually one time that was at my work. She got pregnant. It's very common, it's funny enough. But she got pregnant and she said one time she started crying because she saw a puppy on a TV, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but like, holy fuck, like, what are you going through? She's like, I was just hormonal. That's fine. Like, women get pregnant. That's okay. I think that's cute in its own way, and I think they also fucking cry when they don't get ice cream or whatever when they're in their period. I get it. But men are the ones, generally speaking, they are the gender that is more critical. They are more stubborn. They're just more logical. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's a yin and yang moment where both sides need to coexist they have to coexist without pushing into each other and making the other one not exist. If there's, gosh, I'm just getting way ahead of myself. I'm not on it today, but like you get my point. Like, you can't have like too much emotion. You can't have too much rationale. Because then you get into this cyclical society where the pendulum swings one way, and then, I don't want to get political, but then Iran happens, and then, like, you know, like, fucking, if you push into way too much into the emotional side, then we get into third wave feminism, and then, yeah, like, it's a push and shove, and I think there has to be, like, a balance. Like, there has to be a median at the end of the day. Yeah.
How at the beginning Doherty was kind and loving, but
you
allegedly
can't have
soon
one without the
became
other. It's
controlling,
impossible.
abusive, and
I don't
threatening.
believe that.
I remember saying, I'm just gonna myself.
Not long after starting it, he allegedly became abusive financially.
I believe that. He's an
Even
ass.
the cut that I get, the small portion of money that I get that's actually mine.
Oh my god.
You're still cutting into that and using that amount of money.
Wow.
When I hardly have anything and you're taking everything from me.
Richardson tells a story about wanting to buy her first ever car with her earnings, but Doherty didn't want her to have that freedom, so he—
That is, dude, I would push this kid into a fucking locker. Nah, you're not. Look, I would never do like fucking content. Like I get well treated by like just streaming and doing YouTube, but like if I was in that position, what the fuck is stopping me? He's a fucking goofball. I don't know. I feel bad for these girls. Like you could just stand up to him, man.
made sure she couldn't
It's just
drive.
a mental thing,
I
honestly.
needed to pay my taxes. I wanted to buy a car for myself. That was something that I wasn't ready for. But Jack just didn't want me to buy a car. Like,
Yeah,
that was
'cause he's being
some
an
of
asshole.
our biggest fights.
He's
You know,
horrible.
he wanted me to stay home. So Jack and I had a joint bank account. We shared a bank account. He would, you know, take the money from
You have a
OnlyFans,
joint
put
bank
it into
account
this
even though
joint
you're
bank
not
account,
married? See,
and
she's not married and she has a joint bank account. I would even argue, okay, maybe you can be in a relationship and have a joint bank account, which is pretty normal. But this is so unserious. He's like talking to other girls and like pimping them out too. Nah, hell no.
Take his cut of money. But when I went
His
into my
cut of
account, I
money.
realized
You're putting
all
your
my
butt
money
on
was
the
gone.
internet and it's his cut.
I can't think how much it was.
That's so bad.
I want to say $300,000.
And she wasn't the only girl he was managing. His
Yeah,
tactics for finding
exactly.
new clients
I wasn't even
sounded eerily
lying.
similar to almost pimping.
He loves the club, and the whole time he would be in these clubs, it wasn't just
Oh
for him
my
to have fun. But he
God.
was just looking for girls to sign.
Doherty and
He knew where to fish. He knows where the fishes are. Yeah.
himself has outlined
What
how
a
he pivoted
rat,
to
dude.
OnlyFans as his YouTube channel declined and the money he was used to disappeared.
Everything was like adding up, and I was like, yo, I need to make more money. Like, I need to do something. Then I figured it all out.
What'd you do?
Started an OnlyFans management.
Yeah.
That's what you started?
Yeah, when I was 18.
Doherty was able to leverage his online success to
What a
convince women to
rat,
let him
dude.
manage their adult content careers. But he has a specific type he targets.
You know, I don't want to work
Yeah,
with a girl that
vulnerable
already has
people.
followers. Like, I want to be credited for everything. Like, you know, you get a humble girl at 0 followers. If you know what you're doing, you can make whatever girls you're working with stand out.
But that's psychological manipulation too. Yeah, because she's like, "Oh, you came from nothing. You should be grateful I'm getting scraps." It's crazy. It's crazy what he's getting away with. And again, I don't want to be mean to these girls. I really don't. I'm trying to be nice, but like he preys on dumb girls, at least emotionally even. Like it's so sad.
During his wedding vows to Richardson, Doherty dropped some surprise conditions for their partnership. One was that all of Richardson's OnlyFans earnings would go
That's crazy. She's so much better looking than him. What the fuck?
to him. But his
He looks
commodification
like such a
didn't stop there.
dorky
When
dork,
Richardson
man.
found out she was pregnant, his reaction terrified her.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna start a family YouTube channel, and you're going to make.
No, that's his first. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
So much money when you're pregnant and you have a pregnant belly.
Dude, she's like an animal to him. Not me saying that. Sorry, I should preface. He's acting like she's an animal. Oh, you're so cute. Look at this pregnant little kitty cat. We're gonna like farm you for content. Yeah, like yeah. Whoa, content.
You know, the only thing he cared about was money and content, and I knew if we had a child, it would be the same exact thing. I knew that child would be exploited. I remember looking at him and I was like, Jack, you do not realize if this is happening, I'm done. I'm not doing OnlyFans. I'm not doing that.
I'm glad she put her
took
foot
the
down.
only action she felt she could.
I couldn't imagine bringing a child into the mix. I know I
don't
came
know,
to
good
terms
for
with the
her. I
fact
don't know.
that it wasn't right to have the child, and that's something I live with to this day.
Allegedly, according to her, Doherty also became abusive.
When I called my parents, and I was sobbing to them. I was like, Mom, Dad, like I'm done. Like he put his hands on me again.
Aww.
This has been so horrible. Like, he's not getting better.
Following their split, Richardson was left continuing to do OnlyFans to support herself after managing to regain control of her accounts from Doherty. And whilst this all might just seem inevitable and constant, it really shouldn't be. This is a marketplace, and it only exists because we continue to show up to this
they keep feeding
market.
into it.
The only way to cut off the supply is to kill the demand. To stop—
turn off the internet. I've said this before. You know what I would do? President of the world, shut off the internet once a week. Maybe actually, you know what? For a longer period of time, for a week, maybe once a month, just turn off the internet and like let people have a fucking break. I don't know, like go out. I don't know. This might be just such a woman thing, but like it would be so good. I think it would be good. I know it would cause fucking chaos and this and that, but like I feel like it would be so good. Tyrannical. I mean, so I'm just saying. I'm being ridiculous. This is hypothetical. I think it'd be great. Yeah, like every once in a while, everybody like fucking just chills the fuck out. Maybe you just like, I don't know, lay in bed. Like, don't look at your phone when you're laying in bed. Just lay in bed. You don't have to goon or anything. If you want to goon, do it with your imagination.
Feeding this escalation machine and stop glamorizing this lifestyle to kill parasocial relationships. Because if millions of people did this, the entire structure would collapse.
This is how liberals look at you. You can't just say that. No, I'm not.
People would never feel encouraged to do such a thing in the first place. Because systems don't change themselves, individuals do. And when enough people change, the system has no choice but to follow.
1 week of no internet? Do you think it's that bad? Come on. It's not. Sorry, it was the last 10 seconds.
People would never feel encouraged to do such a thing in the first place.
True.
Because systems don't change themselves, individuals do. And when enough people change, the system has no choice but to follow.
You'd have to shut off the internet. I don't think you can come back from this. You've opened up Pandora's box, essentially. 1 week, you lost it. Some people can't go a week without internet. And you Google Street View will work. Yeah, but there's no work. Like, how are you gonna work if you have no internet? Like, yeah, no, I'm saying, like, just don't work for a week or something. Or, like, I don't know. Like, the people worked without the internet. Like, I don't know. It's so bad. No. That I wouldn't get paid? I don't know. We'd figure something out. We're getting way off into the weeds. I thought it was just a funny thing to say. It's a funny thing to say. You don't have to look into it too deeply. No, I want to play League. No, it's rotting your brain. Stop. People can't go a week without internet. Chronically addicted. I would love to have a week of no internet, honestly. I look at Twitter for content, it rots my brain. Genuinely. It does.